Teenagers in the evening, in terms of whether they come by themselves, whether you're requiring parents to come with them, or how you manage that?
In terms of teenagers, we kind of feel that, obviously for younger teenagers, we kind of expect parents to come along, but we don't per se have a rule that says a parent has to accompany the teenager. Because of our staffing, we have staff who can ensure that people who enter aren't leaving on their own, or we can try and make sure that if there are parents outside, we can basically make sure that the children are seen to them.
Because with the older teenagers, it tends to be that, obviously from the age of 16 for example, because our target teenage audience is 13 to 17. The 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds and 2 push 15-year-olds, there obviously there is the risk of child safety there because they are still legally children. But 16 onwards, they do have that responsibility for themselves. So if their parents are happy with them to be on their own, then obviously that's fine. But we obviously will be there if there are any issues to kind of address that.
Also, just to add on from that, because of the fact that in the evening it all gets condensed into either the main hall or the pillar room, there's a lot more staff to be utilised with sort of keeping track of who's in and who's out.
Yeah. It makes it a lot easier to manage because rather than, like with daytime events, it being in lots of different rooms where we have to spread the staff to cover each one, because it is really one main area, all the resources that we did have kind of pulled out to the rest of the rooms can all be focused on that.
Thinking about your funders, so children in need have really, really kind of strong criteria about the children being in need. What are your outcomes and what do you want to happen as a result of the event? And try and make it tangible things, so not people have a nice time or they get access to the arts. Like, what does that mean? What do you want to happen so that you can say to children in need, these children are in need, this is the difference it's going to make?
So, as we spoke earlier, one of the big things is we want to introduce people to the arts, as you said. But it's not necessarily just getting them interested in the arts, it's about fostering that creativity to give them options for the future. Yeah. We found in it was the graph that said about the different age ranges. There are a number of links between participation in the arts, academic performance, social interaction, and things like that. What we're trying to do is not necessarily just have people say, oh look, these are the arts, isn't it great? We want people to be able to see the arts for what they are, see maybe the ways that they could go in the future, and to in general give them something. So for example, young carers maybe don't have any kind of outlet for themselves. If they suddenly come across drama, they can join a youth theatre group and they have that outlet to improve that. It lets them just be teenagers, be children again.
So it was our main time that comes across is through our touring that we'll do afterwards, where we workshop with kids and we go to these schools that don't really have, say, they might have the funding for a drama programme, or they don't really see ways that disabled children might be able to get into the arts, and we show them this is how they can do it, this is what they can do.
Like some of the schools that I've put in the touring sort of thing, they are smaller schools, so they don't always have that, let's all go on a trip and go see a show, because they don't have the funding, as Tom said, to do that. And another thing with, as a tangible sort of outcome, at our events we're going to have stalls from theatres such as the Everman Theatre, also using about the Operatic and Dramatic Society in Cheltenham as well. And we will keep in touch with them and see if they've had any people actually signing up and being interested. And with our touring after the festival, after the Easter weekend, we will keep in touch with children that have been to it, or we had them at the workshop the last time around and ask them how they're feeling and if they are likely to now look into it and if they have done anything to do with it as well.
Because they might not necessarily be able to pay to go to a drama club every week or join a society, and we are offering them the chance to maybe come to a club every couple of weeks, every week, for free, experience something new, make friends.
That's part of the touring?
Yeah, that's
part
of
the touring.
Yeah. Make friends, do something you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, and if they are a young carer or they have disabilities, to get away from the everyday stresses that they feel within the environment that they're in.
You mentioned something about a woman booking a venue.
Yes.
Where does that come from? What I missed whether.
find the
Oh,
I've got it was from an article I've read. I think it was on Intel. And it's basically about. It was an article on there, and it was saying about when you're promoting at people, emotional triggers. They're one of the main things you can grasp and use. So with it is obviously a stereotypical thing with the woman is the emotional one and stuff. But a lot of people, when they see the typical family, you've got the mother and the father and the children, and a lot of marketers will target the mother because the mother tends to make the decision about whether they want their children to have that. And there was another, I think it was a table, and it was a survey that they'd done online, and it was internet users above the age of 18, and it was who makes the decision about family trips. And it was I do, or my mum does, or my dad does, or the brothers do, and all of that thing. And over and over, it tended to be the mother that did that, because again, it's the, this is my family, we're going to spend some time together, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because even though we're targeted at kids,
Yeah.
obviously the parents are going to need to bring the children.
Yeah.
And it's going to be their decision whether they do that with the kids, or if they want to have it be a time for them to see, I don't know, like an aunt or an uncle that they don't spend time with. They can go with them or something. It's an opportunity for family time together.
Thank you very much.
That's quite it.
All done.
So the presentation is there.